Well, I wasn't ready for that. But hey. Hey Earth Sign Collective, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. This reading is for you. It's very hot here in New Zealand. We're coming into summer. It's getting warm. So it wasn't personal. I'm sorry it took so long for me to do this reading. I was waiting. And then I went deep into a shift that I'm hopefully coming out of. It's been an intense one. It's hot, for sure. So I think we'll go deep today and we will get out any messages for our Earth Sign Collective that need to come out for you. My nails are a mess. I apologize. It happens with the shifts, right? I think we'll use these because they're just sitting here. I've been practicing with these ones a lot than you. I've got a black set too, but I'm like, I don't know, it's weird how different packs of cards have their own kind of personality as such, right? Well, I wonder if I've got anything to hold that. But welcome in, Earth Signs. I hope you've been okay. You might have been a bit low, a bit down, doing some shadow work. I know my ascending sign is in Taurus, and I've been definitely doing some shadow work. All the shadow work. It's been intense, but I've really just, we'll use this tiny piece of sage. That's gonna make a mess. I'm 3 seasons deep in True Blood. If you don't know what it is, it's a series of, well, it starts off as vampires and then it goes into werewolves and all sorts of other things. But that's where I've been. I haven't watched it in I think it was 10 years ago or so it came out. So it's definitely long enough. It's definitely long enough to rewatch, right? So that's where I've been, doing my shadow work with vampires. If you haven't already watched it, or it's been 10 years, you should give it a watch. I've been getting a lot of downloads. I get a lot of downloads through movies and series sometimes that have been helping me with this shift. But we're definitely, wherever you are in the world, we're shifting into a different season, and so that can cause a lot of things to come up, can cause a lot of things to change. We go through changes, you know, our whole makeup changes really with you know, it's not just the heat or the cold, but you know, if you're moving into winter, that's kind of the downtime of the year, whereas in New Zealand, I don't know, Australia's always pretty hot, I think, in some other countries, but in New Zealand, summer's pretty busy for us. And it's interesting because it's so busy, it's so hot we can't think, and then everyone gets frustrated, everyone gets stressed, and then it just it's contagious. It's quite ridiculous. But yeah, it's busy season, it's almost Christmas. So this is probably the calmest part of the crazy, right? I'm just starting to think about Christmas, and then I'm starting to think about why I hate Christmas. Like, what's your problem with Christmas? Like, what is your actual problem? Like, what's the root of your Christmas hatred, Tracy? And like, it's stress, it's being a mother of 3 and, you know, having to pull some magic out of my little bag, we'll call it, you know, for years and years and years. And I'm like, oh, when do I start to and I do, last year, this year my mission is to get all 3 of my children together who are almost grown adults. So it's hard. Last year I managed to get 2 of them together. We went down to Gisborne where one of them was, and then I had the other one and her boyfriend on video call. So we were together, but we weren't, you know, together. That's as close together as we could. And I had to stay at my ex's, which was not, yeah, you can imagine, like an ex from a very long time ago as well. I stayed in a tent on the lawn. I was like, I'm gonna need my space. Like, this is the mother's sacrifice, right? I sacrificed so I could be with my children on Christmas. And they will never understand. I don't think I'll ever understand and appreciate what I do for them, right? If you're a mother, you understand me, that we just sacrifice so much for our children. But this year, I have the other child who was in Wellington. She is in Gisborne now, and my other daughter, she's in Auckland, the same area as I am. She's gone off the not off the rails. She's just gone a bit AWOL, but she's doing her thing. We have this thing where we give each other space. If you want to, you know, just check in, make sure you're safe, but we give each other space too, even if it is going off the rails, right? She's got to do what she's got to do and process it and figure it out. She's gone through a breakup. So I'm going to let her. I'm not a controlling mother, because that's not good. I'm going to let her do what she does and let her learn her own lessons. That's what we need to do, right? So I'm hopefully going to get all my children together and babysit my chinchilla grandchild. My daughter's going to bring her up. I'm like, I'll have her. Bring her to nanny. And then they can go up home and do whatever. I might go to Whangarei, I'm not sure. I'd like to see my nana, but I'd be quite happy just to have them here. Put up a Christmas tree. I try to keep it chill. I don't go as extreme as I used to. I feel like, you know, it's about having a family together, not all the extra stuff. Anyway, good luck with your Christmas. Don't stress. Try not to stress. If anyone's putting pressure on you, just deflect that and keep calm. All right, spirit guides, ancestors, angels, Lord, please come down and be with us in this moment. Be with me, be with the collective. Please let me relay any messages that you would like for me to give the Earth Sign Collective today. I heard you, fly. And please protect and support them. You guys see this? Get out of here. You guys might have some people watching you. I feel like I've been watched lately. Anyway, where was I? Please protect us from any monitoring spirits. Anyone who means us harm, anything that means us harm, please protect us from it and let us carry on our journey, clear our path, let us be enlightened, let us feel strong and confident in what we are doing here for the collective. Please show us the way. Give us the messages we need to receive right now. Thank you. Amen. It's a random little interruption. Okay, what's Christmas bringing? Right, for us Earth signs. So I don't introduce myself on these videos. I'm pretty shocking, but I'm Tracy. I am an intuitive reader. I'm a healer. I do a lot of work in helping, guiding, teaching people how to heal themselves, to release any trauma so that it clears their path so they can actually follow their dreams and become what they want to become without these blockages in the way. Among a lot of other things that I am, but that is one of them. That is my purpose here, is to help people heal themselves. Got 10 of Wands. You've worked hard to accomplish your goals, but now you must deal with the burden of success. I'm sure I had this in another reading. You find that in order to stay on top, you must maintain the responsibilities you've created and keep working. You may need to let go of some of those responsibilities to avoid overburden. Yeah, and let go of some of those people that aren't supporting you, the ones that are hindering you, the ones that are bludging from you or stressing you out. Like, the ones that their energy is not aligning with you. Just put space between you, because they'll eventually pull you down to where they are at. You want to be around people who you're on the same level as, or at least energetically, right? Because that's what we do. We match energies. Eventually, our energies are going to level out. And they probably haven't done the work that you've done to get where you are. You cannot afford to carry anybody with you or drag them with you, or, you know, they've got to bring themselves to where you're at. All right, we've got pessimism, lack of direction, and lack of success. It's like the complete opposite. I just then follow your creative muse. Are you missing a muse? I feel like you've done this on your own, like you don't have a muse. Muses are helpful, but they can make you really codependent, right? It's better to have inspiring people rather than, these are all upside down. Oh no, they're not. Maybe. Or maybe find yourself a muse, but keep it safe, keep it independent. Ignoring advice, breaking old habits, immaturity, lack of focus, escapism. So you may be using work to escape work, if you know what I mean. You might have a lot of feelings and stuff coming up that you're avoiding right now. Work signs. Earth signs. You got to do the work. I'm channeling you've got inner work that needs to be done, but you're doing all the outer work. And if you don't do that inner work, it's going to affect you on the outside, right? It's going to affect your work. It's going to affect your job. It's going to affect your material life, your 3D world, if you're not going to do that inner work. And, you know, maybe you don't have the time. Maybe you feel like you don't have the time, but either way, the universe is going to make time for that. If you don't make time for that, it will just happen. It will come out, and sometimes it's harder to deal with if it's forced out, right? Because it will eventually come up. So if you are aware, that's just my advice to you. Do what you will. Like, this may or may not resonate with you. Like, make your own choices. I am not here to tell anybody what to do ever. This is just advice for you to kind of, I'm planting a seed. If you don't deal with it, it will come out. It will come up, and you don't want to. Did you guys used to have lots of dramas at Christmas? I remember the dramas at Christmas when I was a kid. There was always some drama. You don't want that shit coming out at Christmas, right? Oh, self-doubt, self-judgment, weakness. Yeah, see, this shadow work needs to be looked at. This is what I've just gone through, okay, is the self-judgment, self-doubt. I've just gone through some major, like, insecurities, and it's really uncomfortable, yes, but it comes up, so we need to see it, because we can strengthen it, okay? That's the point, is it's fear. Fear when you're doing things that are new, when you're going to that next level, there's going to be fear. It's going to test you, and you need to look at your weaknesses that you think you have, that are usually connected to some sort of something that's happened, or someone treating you a certain way, and they can go right back to childhood. Okay, so looking at those things, why do I feel like I'm not good enough for this? Why do I feel like I can't have this. Where does this unworthiness come from? Why do I feel like I'm not going to get through this? Am I in a pattern? I've had to look a lot of my patterns lately, and I'm like, ugh, I can't do this anymore. You know, you do a pattern so many times and it used to feel comfortable. Sometimes these patterns, they used to feel comfortable because you know how it went, you know how, you know, and then you realize that you've done a lot of work and that's not who you are anymore. You don't fit into that, you know, part of the puzzle anymore. You're not a puzzle piece. You know, you may have felt an unworthiness and insecurity, and so you'd put yourself there as like a safety thing. But you might be feeling like you can't fit, you don't fit there. That's not who you are, because you've actually shed that side. You've shed that part of you. If you've been doing the work, you know, as it comes up and as you go through the journey, you can't fit in these places you used to fit before, because that part of you it's gone. You've shed that side. You've shed that skin. Eight of Pentacles, a card of hard work, diligence, learning new skills. You may be undergoing some changes in your work or education, all for the sake of improving your circumstances for the better. Learning, apprenticeship, honing skills. So that can come with a lot of insecurity. Naturally, like humans, we're humans, okay? It's not just you. What was I going to say before? You know, upping your skills. When you're doing something you haven't done before, it's going to be hard on your confidence. You're not going to be confident in something you haven't done before, right? But you will build the confidence. Like, I've been doing a lot of work in foundation, and you've got to start everything at the bottom. You've got to start everything small, and then you build to it. And as you start building in these projects, you change with it. You grow with it. You grow, and you've got to let go of these parts of yourself. You've got to let go of parts of yourself that aren't needed anymore, because you're evolving, right? That's the earth element. Can I have some messages going forward, please, for the earth signs? What's coming in for them? I feel like I don't mean to lecture anybody. That's not what I'm... Oh gosh. Oh, I got the Five of Cups. You may have recently experienced a loss, have had things not go according to plan, and are experiencing loss of grief and feelings of disappointment. You may be having trouble letting go of the past. However, there is still hope. Two of the Cups are still upright. Yeah, we all know what Five of Cups is like. So, but the thing, like with gravity, like with the universe, like with everything, what goes up must come down. Okay, so it's gonna come back around. If you go through some shit, then you're it's gonna come back to you. Whatever you're putting out there is gonna come back to you. However you deal with it, you know, sometimes we've got to take a hit, right? And we will be reimbursed. We will be reimbursed. And I've got Two of Cups. Oh, and the Devil and the Hermit. So you might be having trouble. I feel like you're having trouble in the romantic center. The romance sector. Sector was the word I was looking for, which makes me think of Aquaman. He hangs out in New Zealand. That's cool, eh? I've always thought about, like, imagine just, I don't know how I'd cope if I just walked into Aquaman. I would just, like, I would be that girl fan, like. I could love to meet him, but at the same time, I would be so embarrassed for how I'd react. He's so hot. Anyway, so you might be being triggered romantically, like you've got these patterns that when you kind of meet someone that you like, these same things come up and you probably close off, right? You close off, you back off, you run and hide a little bit, and don't know your way forward through these things. Two of Cups is about a relationship built on respect, harmony, and support. It is a love that is inspiring, emotionally fulfilling, and built on mutual attraction. While this card typically indicates romantic relationships, it can also signify non-romantic partners, like a business partner or platonic friend. Unified love, attraction, partnership. So I feel, yeah, your shadow side, maybe that's like what's triggering you, is that as soon as you meet someone you like, or you know, you have an attraction, your shadow side comes out, and it tells you all sorts of things, like that you're not good enough, that the same thing's going to happen over and over again, that they're going to cause you trauma, they're going to cause you heartache, that, you know, all these things start circulating, and then you're like, damn, that's too much, and then you stop moving forward. You don't put yourself out there anymore because it's just too much, right? That shadow work comes up all at the same time, and it just hits you so hard that you're like, oh, and it's interfering, it's putting you off actually finding love, right? Or accepting love, because you're like, it's attached now to your shadow, it's attached to these things, so it's like they've been put in the same box, right? I feel this like all this stuff comes with it, and you're like, well, isn't this meant to be nice? Aren't I meant to be enjoying this? Aren't I, why does it have to come with all of this? And then you pull back, you pull away, and then you go into hermit mode, right? Introspection, corruption. Taking a break from everyday life to draw your energy and attention forward to find the answers you seek deep within your soul. Yeah, I feel like there's a part you need to let go of, but it's really hard to let go of. Like, it has made itself so solid in your foundation. Like, you just start doing well and you think you're ready, and then it comes up and it all comes back. And that's possibly the pattern. That's possibly what you need to deal with, is that when it all comes up like that, sometimes if we've done the inner, like, you can heal something over and over and over again, and it's going to come up and test you to see if you have healed it. And sometimes in that test, what we are meant to do is tell all that fear, like, not ignore it, but face it and be like, hey, look, I've already looked at this. I've already self-loved myself through this. I have changed, I have grown, and this is old. This is old energy. This is old patterns, and I don't, sometimes I found like a cool way to get through tests to change the narrative is to look at a situation when it arises, and if you recognize the situation, if you recognize the pattern, is to look at it. And like, I've really made some changes like this. I started doing it years ago because I just felt like everything was a simulation, which I do sometimes. I looked at it and I was like, how would I do this differently? This is how I usually react to it, and it seems to keep happening. It seems not to change things. Is there a different way that I could react? Is there a different way that I could manage this? Is there a different way that I could deal with the situation? Sometimes it's just trying different things, and it can really change the narrative of it. It can really be that key that you need to really switch things up. Yes. I just seen yes. So I just seen debt, overworked, and living beyond your means. And sometimes when we're living beyond our means, it's because we need to let go of some things, not work harder, but let go of some of the things that we think we need. Some of the things that we have are not actually for us. They are because we care about what other people think. We're trying to live to a certain standard to protect ourselves, to fall into line, into a system, right? To fit into a certain category. And what actually you find that, you know, you're quite happy without a lot of things. Like, you realize you don't actually need these things, and they're actually superficial, right? And that whatever, like, what you do is not going to make other people happy, okay? It has nothing to do with them. If you think you can live without some things and you might get judged for not being at some sort of a level, those people who are going to judge you for not being at that level of materialism, those people are never going to satisfy you. They are never, like, you want unconditional love. That's conditional love. Right there is conditional love. You find maybe letting go of some of those people is going to be a huge weight from you, and just make some changes. I go in and out of living minimalist. I have a lot of stuff at the moment. I have at times in my life had so much stuff that I'm like, I can't deal with any more of this stuff, and I'll leave it all behind. I tell you now, I have restarted so many times. That stuff, it's just stuff. You can get more stuff. There's always more stuff, right? And I mean material things. It's all stuff. Like, I've lost cards. Like, I've had them stolen from me. And cycles I've been in, and I got more cards. I just seen 1111. A reading just popped up. More cards. Like, you can always get more stuff. So don't ever get hung up on losing stuff, on breaking stuff, on stuff needing to be, you know, it comes and it goes. That you are irreplaceable. Your family, the people in your life, the people who love you are irreplaceable. Okay, what are we doing next? I am shout out to Rambling Mike Nation. I won a really cute set of tarot cards. Like, came in this cute box, and it has they're really nice cards. I should have used them actually. But I feel like I'm done with the tarot. I have this nice little bag and some crystals, and I've got like a pretty one hanging up that I'm hoping that'll put little colour spots all over my house, but I haven't seen it yet. I don't think it's long enough. And some crystals. I'm gonna just clear that energy. Sorry if you have headphones in and I just hurt your ears. I do apologize. These ones are new. We will use these. I feel like, we'll use these two. The Secret Language of Light and the Soul's Journey lesson cards. So I got those ones. Those are new. I love new cards. And then my old cards get neglected. I can't shuffle very well at the moment, like I usually do. My finger's still very, very broken. Doesn't hurt though, it's not great. It should hurt, but I can't feel it. So I think I've got, I think my nerves are gone in the end of my finger. But when the bruising's still there. It's been nearly 3 weeks. It was 100 tons of metal that I got my finger stuck under. So like, I'm very lucky to still have a finger. Hopefully. The universe is like, stay home. You're meant to be in hermit mode. You're meant to be recovering. Like, I don't want to stay home. I've been home all year. I don't want to. I want to go out in the world. Alright, Spirit, can I please have some messages right now for our Earth sign collective? Oh, transformation. Number 19, which adds up to a 10. So you're like, you've completed a transformation maybe? Or you're completing it. It's the 11th of the 11th today in New Zealand. It's 11/11 all day. It's got to be a portal, right? Ask your soul. Number 16, which is the Tower. If you're going through it, sit down, take some quiet time, and ask your soul, like, what is this about? What do we need to do from here? What do we need to heal? What do we need to shift? To shift through this timeline and into the next timeline. Soul love, number 33. Your soul needs some love. Okay. Make sure you give your soul some love. Just going to put these over here. Manifestation. Yeah, don't forget about your manifestations. Some of mine have recently come up to work on again, which is cool. So you might have manifestations that you were working on that you had to 31. Oh, I just seen 333 on the timer. So they might be coming up, and the universe is going to support you with it now. You might have planted the seeds and put it aside and been like, well, this isn't manifesting. It's not going to happen. I'm, good old self-doubt and impatience. I know earth signs are quite patient though, right? Mostly. Fire signs, we are not so patient. So yeah, if you've got this stuff recirculating and it's coming up for you, go and work at it again. Just take your time and just follow your intuition right now, because the universe, it might not have been ready then, but it might be starting to come into fruition now. Like, okay, now is a good time to start this. That was a good time to plant the seeds. This is a good time to nurture it. And then, the universe will let you know when a good time is to, for it to be go time, right? Building foundations. Number 22, divine animals. So, you might have a lot of animals around you at the moment. You might be getting downloads through animals. You might need to spend some time with animals. I find when I'm struggling with people, which I do, I have really crappy people skills sometimes. And earth signs, you'll understand it too, because you kind of pull back and you close off, right? Because that's how you deal with things. Go into hermit mode and you don't really want to be around people. So that's a really good time to be with animals, to love the animals and let them love you, let them be affectionate with you. Today I'm a cat. You might have a cat, so let your cat love you even though you don't want anyone to touch you. You just want to be alone. Let the animals soften you up. Spend some time. I just took Anubis to the beach the other day for the first time, and I thought it was going to be a horrible experience because he can be real hoha sometimes. He can be hard work, and it wasn't. It was actually a really cool experience. We met different dogs and we went on a little adventure by ourselves because I was overstimulated. Soulmating. So you may have a romantic partner. You might have one in the 5D you've been seeing. I don't know much about these things evolving or manifesting into the 3D from the 5D because I struggle with that. But I think these connections are important that we have in the 5D. If you've been dreaming a lot lately, it might be a sign that something's coming in for you. Focus. Okay, so now is a time to really focus on you.
focus on what your soul needs, what your heart needs. You might be having some weird flutterings in your heart chakra. Like, I know there's been a collective heart chakra awakening, like just releasing things that we've been we've kept close to our heart that just need to get off. Like, I've got this image of like chipping away ice at a heart. I've been called that a few times, the ice queen. It's just because I have epic boundaries, even with myself, right? But yeah, so if you have had mine, like, I've had some stuff going on, I'm used to it now. I do get a fright sometimes, though. You might get a bit of a fright sometimes when my heart misses a beat or it like jumps. I was in the bath the other day and it did it, and I went because like I don't know, and I was like, it's okay. Just make sure you're self-soothing. When your body's going through these different things and it's out of the ordinary, just make sure you're breathing through it and you're telling yourself it's okay. You know that you're okay. Don't stress out and go to the doctors, and unless you need to. Okay, if something's going on for a long amount of time and your intuition's telling you to go to the doctors, please go see a doctor. But sometimes headaches and things we go through in our body are our chakras just unblocking and becoming aligned, because especially if you're doing the work, yoga can be really helpful. I do yoga when I feel blockages like in my root chakra. The best way to pretty much release that pressure is being down on your hands and knees and just pushing the weight on your hips. It actually releases the weight. So just moving your hips, because we sit like this and we stand, and we sit and we stand and we lie down, and you need to actually kind of move these joints in your body, move the parts. Dancing's really good too. Move the parts that you're not really moving that could build pressure. Okay, any other messages? I'll give you guys a long reading today since it took me so long. And I hope nobody's feeling like she didn't even do earth signs. But I'm here. I just had to go through that transition first. Divine Feminine, number 31. So you may be a Divine Feminine. You might be dealing with a Divine Feminine. Oh, and a remembrance. I feel like number 11, you've got a connection with a Divine Feminine that might be causing or you're a feminine with a connection with a Divine Masculine, and that maybe when you guys come into contact it causes an awakening, and you've probably attached it to that person, and you're like, well, if I don't talk to them I won't have to go through all this crap, right? But you'll keep coming back together. You're like magnets, okay? Your Divine Feminine, your Divine Masculine. That's kind of what happens. It's like a chemistry thing. You're a magnet together. You come together, and then things surface that you need to fix, that you need to heal, that you need to release, and you go into separation, but you're always together in the 5D. You might have gone off and tried to do something else. You might have gone off and, tried to do something easier, tried to find that person in another person, like, something like more instant, and found that it just wasn't satisfying, right? That happens. And then you're like, damn, I gotta go crawling back. Soulcraft. Soul tree. What is this? Soulcraft. Color. In color. That's the heart chakra there. Red. So looking at different colors that might help you heal things. Surrounding yourself with different, like, find out what the colors mean. Like pink is if you're feeling drawn to pink, or you want to wear these colors. Like black is really good for deflecting negativity. It's a really protective color. It protects you from people. It absorbs and it deflects negativity. It and like pink is, white is purity. White is light. And so red is passion, like deep passion. And so when you put red and white together, it makes pink, right? Which is a pure passion, like a lighter sense of passion to the red. Red is like fire and like really hot, deep passion. What's purple? Purple's like blue, which is calm, water, water element, deep, calm, healing, pure, and white, right? No, it's red. Calm passion. Anyway, you get my drift. So look into colors and start manifesting those colors. Wear it, embrace it, embody. That's the word I was looking for. Embody the color. Number 9, your soul journey. So, oh look, there's the divine masculine. This is definitely, there's a journey here. There's a soul journey between you and your divine masculine or your divine feminine, and there's no avoiding it. It was set out for you before we came here. Okay, this is just part of our path. No matter how much you try and deny it, avoid it, you're gonna keep being led back here. You can't go back to sleep. You can't. You're just gonna have to keep working at it. Just take your time. Take your time. Love yourself. Take whatever time you need, okay? But it is what it is. And you might not have ever had real love, right? A lot of us haven't. We haven't had healthy relationships. We had lives full of trauma. We had lives of rejection, abandonment, and we, deep in our hearts, deep in our soul, we know we're meant to step over there. We know we're meant to do this work so we can be released from our karmic sentences, from our, we set out to learn this way. We agreed these are the lessons that we would have to grow in such a way that we would transition, would transform, we would transpire into these other timelines. It's not always going to be hard. It's not always going to be painful. Like, it's going to change. It's a journey. You're going to have things come up, but you will eventually be with your divine partner. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. So you might have been a little bit like, we go through stages where we feel like we're tapped out. We feel like, I just seen 43, whatever that means to you. That's protection and divine support. Sometimes we are disconnected, and we need to disconnect so that we get kind of codependent, right, on the divine support. And the divine needs to kind of cut us off and put us in a little bit of isolation so we can remember how to do these things for ourselves. So we can go through the dark night of the soul, so we can get into kind of desperate places where we come up with new things, with different things, and we grow. We grow in the dark, we grow in the light, but we grow in the dark so much more, right? The light is always there. You can look for it in places, but sometimes it does get dark for our growth. Service. I feel good when I can help others. Yeah. Like, don't be a people pleaser. But if you have gifts and you feel called to help other people who need your help, and they ask you, you know, and you have your boundaries, make sure you have your boundaries, but sometimes it feels really good to help people, and it can heal parts of us, and it's part of our path. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. We have to be uncomfortable to change. Sometimes things get really uncomfortable to get our butts moving, right? Death, and it's red. I am learning that endings are merely new beginnings. So you might have had some things ending, you might have had parts of yourself that died. It might have been quite painful. So looking after yourself, getting enough rest, eating well, looking after your mind, soul, and your body, right? I've got this, you can't really see it, but I've got the vessel, keeping it clean. I've got mind, body, and soul on here and what it might need. And under mind, I've got thoughts, patterns, learning, boundaries, plans. Under body, I've got eating, exercise, yoga, stretch, rest, dance, sing, speak, medicines. And soul, I've got heart, love, spirit, the void, detection, channeling, prayer, and kundalini. So that I've got there. You might need to do some writing. Make yourself some signs to remember, to remind yourself. They're amazing, like little notes and stuff everywhere. But like when you're feeling like there's something going on, there's some turmoil in you, you can look at these things and kind of like a checklist, like is it this? Is this okay? Am I doing okay here? Am I doing what in here needs to be looked at? And you look at yourself. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life, and sometimes if you're meditating, if you're constantly you don't know what to do about a thing, okay, sometimes you need to just give it time. Honestly, I've found that if you can't decide on something and you're waiting for an answer, as soon as you release it and let it go and do something else, it will come to you. Your intuition will let you know. You'll get a bunch of feelings, you'll get a bunch of downloads, and you'll see. If you ask for the vision to see something for what it is, like, can I let this go? And quite often, you know, if you feel like you need to let something go, you need to let something go. If you've got a lot of fear and a lot of, you know, the negativity is outweighing the positivity, and you're not inspired, but you're, you know, then if you feel like it's not going to work out, then it probably isn't. Like the universe is going to really support you in the things that you're meant to be doing. And you'll find some of those things that you feel that way about is because they're patterns, and your intuition is like, stop doing that. This is just it's the same pattern with a new face, right? Your health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Okay, your body is the vehicle for your soul. It looks after your soul. We need to look after our bodies. Sleep, eat good, dance, play, use the elements, you know, go to the beach, go do something, like connect with nature. If you're ever feeling depressed or down, sometimes you just need to go outside. Sometimes you just need to connect with the sun, you need to connect with the water. Sometimes you even need to connect with the moon and go out at nighttime and just spend some time with the stars. Just cut everybody and everything out, because sometimes you need you time, right? So you just need to connect with the sky, with the stars, with the moon or the sun, whatever you resonate with. And it can really shift things. It can really change. It can just shift, you know, because you've maybe stayed inside and you've just, this energy's going round and around and around, and you're getting deeper and deeper into a hole when you really just need to go outside, shake it all off, shed that, and connect and be a part of the world again, which that doesn't always mean to go and meet up with a bunch of people or, you know, be around shops and stuff. Like, we are plants, we are plant matter, we belong to this earth. We don't belong to the things we've built, right? Humans built all of this, But if we take away the things that we have built and that are man-made, and we go back to the roots of what was made for us, that is what will heal us. Okay, I think I'm done with these cards. What are we going to end this with? Some advice for our earth signs. What are those? Oh, past life. I'm not going to get into that right now. Let's use these. I haven't used these for ages. We're almost an hour in. So be kind to yourself, earth signs, when you're going through changes. Be kind to yourself always. I know it's not possible, but work on it. Give yourself the love that you crave from others, that you crave from the universe. The universe will love you. You show the universe how to love you by loving yourself. Okay, last messages for our earth sign collective, please, Spirit. I just saw partnership. There's definitely a divine union here. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. So you got to surrender. Surrender to the love. Surrender. You love someone. Do you love them? You love them. Oh my God, that instantly made me want to cry. What in the... Sometimes you just have to own it. Sometimes you just have to surrender and stop being so stubborn and be like, I am in love. Obviously, this may or may not resonate with you, but it's going to resonate with somebody. Somebody loves somebody and they're not letting themselves. The universe works fast when I'm having fun. Yeah, take some time out and do something fun. Treat yourself. It's so good for growth, honestly. It's just the responsibilities get so out of hand sometimes. Oh shoot. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. Yes, miracles happen all the time. All the time. Oneness is my true nature. So being whole, mind, body, and soul, and nature, and the world. We are all connected. We are all a collective. We are all part of each other. That's how we can channel each other. It's how we know what we're up to, because we tap into each other, because we're all connected. You can't hate someone because they're part of you. When you hate someone, there's a part of you that you're hating on, right? There's a part of you need to heal. And I have done some serious healing when it comes to that lately. I won't go into that because that's my shadow side. And my shadow side is just as dark as my light side, and as light and shining and, innocent and pure as I seem to be. I'm just as dark. I don't hurt people, but I have to carry it, right? Even if you're not projecting it and you're not out there hurting people, you're hurting yourself by carrying it, okay? So make sure you're working on it. It might take time, but eventually you will let it go. And it is so good when you just are so hurt by something, and then you come over the other side to it and you're like, actually, I think I'll let them live. It is huge, okay, to feel so hurt by someone and to keep working on it and accept how you feel. If you want to hurt them, if you want to, don't, but accept and look at that. Look at that. Look at it. You're not a monster. You're a human being. When people hurt us, we want to hurt them because we want them to feel what we feel. We want them to know how it feels, how they made us feel, and we hurt people too. I imagine there's people out there who want to hurt me too because I've hurt them. Not purposely. We hurt people sometimes just by retracting, just by putting up boundaries, by putting up walls. You know, it goes around and around. And acceptance is the main thing there, is actually acknowledge and acceptance and then release. Like, I can't do much about that. All I can do is forgive myself. All I can do is better myself, change myself, and become a better person so that this situation won't keep happening, right? When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided to the light. Yeah, so it's about coming back to yourself. We go out there, we experience these things in life, we feel pleasure, we get hurt, we feel excitement, we get the butterflies, we get the fear, we experience all these things, and that's what it's about. That's why we're here. We're here to experience things. So don't hold grudges when you get hurt. You know, it's just how it is. We're meant to be hurt. We grow. You know, you can't go through life avoiding hurt. It's here and it's there, and it's a part of life. You know, love and pain, it's all a part of life, and it all becomes us. But our superpower is acknowledging, asking for support, and what we do with it, right? And releasing it and moving on so that we can get hurt again. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Wow. I'm going to read that again so that I can hear it. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with eyes of love. Yeah. That's when you know. That's when you know you've processed it. That's when you know you've healed. It's because you can look at them, you can look at the situation and see past the hurt, past the hate, and realize you did love them. And love never goes. It changes, it evolves. But some part of you loved that person. Some part of you loved that job. Some part of you loved that house. Whatever it was that you loved that went bad, you know, and then you come out, you release it, you accept it. And loving is a superpower. And sometimes we get so hurt because we love so hard, and our love is very powerful. So the shadow, like, that stood out to me, the shadow of the past. Do you ever feel haunted by your past? Like it's a shadow hanging over you, right? That is part of our shadows, is that it's gonna, like, over, you know, like a shadow standing over you. And that's what happens with our past when we don't release it and let it go. Like, I had this moment the other day where I just wanted to detach from everything. I just put myself in the space of thinking about what it would be like to get rid of everything I owned almost. Like, there's some special things that are totally irreplaceable. But I was like, imagine just starting again. Imagine getting rid of all my clothes, all of these characters that I've built of myself, and making new ones, becoming a whole new person. Like, because we evolve, right? Past all these characters that we've built, these stories that we've made. They become part of us, and we build ourselves on this foundation of these things that we've found, that we've inspired us. And it comes to the point where we move past them, but we keep them for material reasons and for identity reasons. And like, how I like to imagine certain situations. So I'm like, imagine, like, I've got all this stuff and I feel like it's not me anymore. Like my costumes, my clothes, my, you know, and I just feel like, like, imagine if I just took it all to a secondhand shop and I just started again, which I've done. I've done it a few times in my life. And, you know, you might be feeling called to maybe not as extreme as that, because I'm quite extreme in my mind. I'm not as extreme in real life now. I have learnt not to be so extreme. But you know, you may be called to release things, and just know that when you do release things and you do give what you put out there in the universe, it will be replaced in one way or another. The money will come to you. If you need money to replace things, to bring in new things, it will come to you. Or you'll be given things. You'll be given new clothes. You'll be given new furniture. You will be like, it's like opening your mind in the way of how the universe works, is that when we shed the old, the new can come in. There's no room if you're holding on to things, you know, like not even just material things, but old parts of yourself, old feelings, old memories, old it's time to release them. And then it makes room for new things to come in, for new experiences to come in, for new loves, for new relationships, for new jobs, new clothes, new characters, new aesthetics, you know, building. It's a really beautiful thing that we get to rebuild ourselves. We get to restart. We get to rebuild. We get to I think it's very powerful. It's freedom that we get to at any point change and grow, and it's there, and it's not a bad thing. You don't have to dramatically just decide you don't want to be yourself anymore. You can write it down, you can plan it, and you can be like, I want to let go of these parts of myself because they don't serve me anymore. And just trust in the universe, trust in yourself, trust in the process that you will be given new aspects, right? It's like if you're a gamer. I used to play World of Warcraft. Don't tell anybody. But I was a night elf hunter, and her name was Ivana. And so as you level up in any kind of games, you get new aspects, you get new skills, you get new clothes. It's the same deal, leveling up our character, and these are all characters. I've had many, many characters over my lifetime, and I'm sure I still have many to go. And so do you, and that's the fun of being here and experiencing everything there is to experience here, and enjoy it. You know, take the good things with you and leave the bad things behind. Like, acknowledge, accept, forgive yourself, forgive others, and just let that shit go. Like, it's not going to serve you carrying around big bags of hurt. It's not going to serve anybody. So start being optimistic, start being excited for, you know, that's going to bring new things in, that's going to bring positive things, it's going to bring in miracles. Be excited. You may not know or be able to control if it's coming, but you're going to be more likely to receive exciting things if you're in the mind space of receiving it. Okay, Earth signs. I'm going to love and leave you because my dog is barking like a bitch. So I hope this has been helpful. If you would like to book a personal reading with me at any time, my information is in my bio. I have a website, I have an email there. Just communicate with me and we can book something and organize it. It works with us. I am obviously at home in hermit mode, and I'm happy to help. This is why I'm here. This is part of, you know, I'm here to serve. So I love you guys a lot. Take care of yourselves, and yeah, just be excited about new things coming in. Okay, what harm can it do? I will too. I will do it. You will do it. Let's do it together. Okay, collective. Take care.